Welcome, scholars. Today our lesson is about exponent rules. We're going to start first with some vocab. Make sure you have your notebook out, ready to take notes, and have set up the correct Cornell Notes format with a line down one side where you can write questions about the lesson and a line 4 or 5 spaces up from the bottom for a summary. Along the top, you should put the name of today's lesson, which is exponent rules, and today's dates. First, some vocab. A term. A term is a single mathematical expression. It can have a single number, like 2 is a term, a single variable, like x is a term, or several variables multiplied, like 2x squared y is a term. Some terms contain variables with a number in front of them. The number in front of a term is called the coefficient. So -2 here is your coefficient, but the whole thing together is a term. Term, coefficient. You will never see addition and subtraction inside of a term. Addition and subtraction indicates that you have two terms. So for example, in this one we have three terms. We have -2x squared y plus 5x cubed plus 8. Three terms, 1, 2, 3. There are two coefficients, -2 and 5, and one constant, which is 8. To add and subtract, we must have like terms. So, for example, when I look for like terms, I'm looking for things that have matching variables and matching exponents. So anything that has x to the third is going to be a like term with this term. So this one, and this one are all like terms. Everything in the blue box is a like term. So 6x cubed plus 1x cubed minus 3x cubed. And then I'm not doing anything with the exponents. They are how we define the term. These are our x cubed terms. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 minus 3 is 4. So all those together become 4x cubed. And so we've combined all those, which is what we mean when we're combining like terms. The next type of term we're looking at is 5y cubed, which means we're looking for anything that's y cubed. There's one and there's one. Don't forget the invisible coefficient there is 1. So that's 5y to the third plus 1y to the third, which gives me 6y to the third. And those are taken care of. The last piece that we have are the constants. 4 and 6 are also like terms. We add those together and get 10. So this becomes, 4x cubed plus 6y cubed plus 10. There are no more like terms and there is no equal sign, so there's nothing else for me to do here. This is my solution. I cannot add 4x cubed and 6y cubed together because those are not like terms. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You should have put together your x cubed terms, so that's -5x cubed plus 1x cubed. -5 and 1 add to be -4x cubed. We have some y terms, so anything that has a y with no exponent. -6y minus 2y becomes -8y. Those are done. And then the constants, a +7, a -1, and a -7. 7 minus 1 is 6, and 6 minus 7 is -1. So my solutions become -4x cubed minus 8y minus 1. So there's three terms in this expression. There's two coefficients, -4 and 8, and there's a constant, -1. To multiply, it is not necessary to have like terms. To multiply, we start by multiplying the coefficients, and we multiply the variables by adding the exponents. So this becomes -7 times 9 times x to the 5th times x to the 5th. -7 times 9 become -63. X to the 5th times x to the 5th, if we were to do that out the long way, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that becomes a total of 10 x's, and we're done. We have one term, one coefficient, and the x is to the power of 10 there. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You should have recognized that there's an invisible exponent of 1 on anything that doesn't have an exponent. We are multiplying our coefficients, -2 times -7, and multiplying our variables by adding the exponents. Negative 2 times negative 7 becomes positive 14. 1 plus 4 becomes 5. There are 5 W's. Remember, our rules for addition are different than our rules for multiplication. To find a power of another power, so this is when we have a term inside of a set of parentheses raised to an exponent. One term here raised to a power. We're going to distribute our exponent to everything. So this becomes negative 4 to the third and x to the third. Well, negative 4 to the third is negative 4 times negative 4 times negative 4. X to the third is just x to the third. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. 16 times negative 4 is negative 64. So this term becomes negative 64 x to the third. Negative 64 is our coefficient, and the x is raised to the power of 3. There's just one term there. You pause the video and try this one on your own. You should have gotten 4 to the third and p to the second to the third because we're distributing. 4 to the third is 4 times 4 times 4. Now this one, 3 times 2, remember distributing is multiplying, becomes 6. So 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64, so that's 64 p to the 6th. All right, to sum up, when we multiply with exponents, we multiply our coefficients, 8 times negative 8, and we add our exponents, k to the 3 plus 4. So this becomes negative 64, k to the 7. For one like this, when I just have one term raised to a power, I distribute that exponent. So that becomes negative 7 squared and x to the 4th squared. Negative 7 squared is negative 7 times negative 7. X to the 4th squared becomes x to the 8th. We're distributing, so that's multiplying. So this becomes 49 x to the 8th. All right, make sure you fully watched the video and answered all the questions before you log off of Edpuzzle. And then you should be working on any missing assignments that you have in preparation for class. Have a great day.